So there you go. It finishes at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea 3, Newcastle United 2. And if you hadn't seen the game and you were looking at the result, you would have probably said, oh, close game. It wasn't. You know, we had so much possession tonight, but again, seriously powder puff. Now, on this video tonight, on this match reaction, I am going to be brutally honest, right? So if you don't like brutal honesty as a fan, probably not the video for you to watch. Because I'm not being negative, I'm being honest. And we must start with the one player that gets away with it week after week after week, and it's Sean Longstaff. What on earth does he have on Eddie Howe that he is able to play full games week in, week out, and play as badly as he is? Because right now, I'll tell you something, I don't think he'd even get in another Premier League side the way he's playing. But we have a manager who is too frightened to make ruthless decisions when they're needed to be made during a match. Now, there's a lot of people in that Matchday live show tonight have gone to the other side and said, that's it for Eddie, unforgivable decisions. All right, I've been Miggy Almiron's biggest critic on this channel, and I've took a lot of flack for it. But tonight, I thought he was tenacious and he did what he could to the best of his ability. Now, whether his ability is good enough is a different kettle of fish. But tonight, he was one person that was getting the ball and trying to drive us forward. But he takes him off and puts Elliot Anderson on in that position, who isn't ready to play that position. He can't play that pacey left-sided player and whip balls into the box at the minute because his fitness levels won't allow it. What they will allow is for him to play in midfield, which he's done many times before under Eddie Howe. And he can replace that useless piece of Stonehenge-moving crap, Sean Longstaff. He should not be anywhere near the starting lineup. It's ridiculous and it's wrong. And I don't give a shit about the injuries. We had players on that bench who could easily perform better than Longstaff. Because Elliot Anderson can play there. Miley is so much better player than Longstaff. And so is Joe White. I'd have any of them over Longstaff any day of the week. You know, the first 5 minutes, we looked like we could do Chelsea some serious damage. They were rotten in defence, trying to play it out from the back. We were pressing well. We looked like we could get something. And then again, we defend ridiculously badly for that first goal. What is the communication between Botman and Dubravka for that first goal? It comes across, Dubravka goes down on one knee to collect the ball. Botman plays a little tippy-tappy shot, clearance to the edge of the box. It's a terrible clearance, and the rest is history. Absolute history. What is going on? We get back in the game just before half-time. Wonderful goal from Isak. Fabulous finish. But then the second half again, we start the better side, but then we just capitulate. And tonight, the first time I'm ever going to say this under Eddie Howe, we threw that fecking game tonight. We threw it. But we threw it because of the substitutions the manager made. He hasn't got a plan B. Not at all. And questions now have to seriously be asked. I'm not sure what position I'm in about Eddie Howe now, but 90% of the people that were watching Matchday Live have swung and can't understand the decisions that he's making. Because when Longstaff's on the pitch for us at the minute, we're playing with 10 men. I don't think Joe Willock was particularly good tonight, but he's coming back from a very, very long layoff. And if they keep insisting that Sean Longstaff is injured, why is he on the pitch? If he's carrying any sort of knock that dictates his movement and the way he plays, he should not be on that starting lineup. Anywhere near the bloody thing. But, you know, I'm not basing my decisions on tonight. I'm basing it over the season. And what I keep seeing is Eddie making the same mistakes over and over again and playing his favourite players over and over again. How can that man sit there or stand there on the sidelines and watch Sean Longstaff and say, yeah, he was good tonight. He deserved 90 minutes. Does he shit? I'll tell you what I'd have done. I'd have gone in that dressing room at half-time and absolutely tore strips off him. And then I would have turned around and said, you're sitting your ass down in the second half. Lewis Miley or whoever it was, get yourself on and prove to me you should have been in from the start. And Sean, you sit there and absolutely ask questions as to why you're sitting on the bench. Because your performance was garbage. He has got to start showing a ruthless side, because if he doesn't, he's in big trouble. And this is the question that has always been over Eddie Howe's head, is whether he has the ruthlessness to make big decisions in games. Why can't you make a substitution at half-time? If a player is out there not playing very well in the first half and he's costing us goals and costing us possession so many times, take him off the field. But I'm at a loss. I am at an absolute loss now to know why Sean Longstaff gets in that side. We should have won that game tonight. We should have. Chelsea, for me, are not all that. I don't think Chelsea played particularly well. We gifted them 3 simple goals. And it could have been so much different for us. We should have beaten them tonight. They're a poor side. But if they're a poor side, what the hell are we at the minute? I'm sorry. Questions have got to be asked now. They have got to be asked. And I'm not swaying in or out. I'm saying questions have to be asked. We cannot keep doing this in games where we have a manager who bottles it. He bottles making the decisions. He bottles making ruthless decisions. And that is where he will let himself down in his bid to become an elite manager. Because there's no way the likes of Fergie, etc., look at the performances of Sean Longstaff and say, yeah, no problem. You play the full game, son. He'd have been off at half-time. Because those kind of managers are not frightened to make decisions like that. It's so frustrating because we know we could have been so much better tonight. You know, a 3-2 scoreline is pretty close, but was it really close? No. We made so many mistakes. I mean, Botman doesn't even look like he's for me, he's clearly still injured. He's not over that injury. You know, we've lost Anthony Gordon tonight, probably for a few weeks now. If not the season, if that's a knee ligament injury, he's done. And quite frankly, the way the trainer was pushing his leg back and he's wincing in pain, that does not look good, guys. Jacob Murphy did brilliantly well when he came on, put some brilliant balls into the box, but again, where is anybody taking the chance to get on the end of those crosses? He put 3 brilliant balls in the first half. Again, you ask questions as to why nobody's gambling. Bruno puts a beautiful ball in the second half. Nobody gambles on getting the end of that either. What are we doing? What is the goal here? You know, many people said against Wolves, we didn't really play well against Wolves. We got away with it. And quite frankly, it looks like they were right. It's on Eddie, this one tonight. It really is. It's on Eddie. You know, the in-game management from Eddie Howe has been very questionable since the start of the season. That is the one thing that we've always questioned about Eddie, is his game management. And tonight is no different. Shocking decisions. Shocking that he kept Longstaff on. And, you know, yes, some players weren't at the races tonight. Some were. Some had good games. Livramento, outstanding at right back. And then when he moved to left back, still outstanding. I thought Isak led the line really well. I thought he did as much as he could, but he's not getting crosses. Well, saying he's not getting crosses, he should have been on the end of Murphy's a couple of times, actually. You know, as a centre forward. Where is he? Oh, honestly, I just... Our midfield was non-existent, really, the first half, was it? None of them performed very well. But, guys, I don't know what else to say. Let me know in the chat what you think. You know, I know I've been brutally honest in this video, but I have to be. I have to be honest as a fan as to what I'm seeing on the pitch. And I'm not going to apologise for that. I'm not going over the top either, because everybody could see that. Everybody in our chat, 2,500, 3,000 people in our chat tonight watching that game with us, all put the same thing about Longstaff. So I'm not going over the top with it either. This has been an ongoing thing for a long time now that isn't changing, and he's not learning. So that's my opinion. But let me know in the comments what you think, guys. Thank you for watching the video. If you have enjoyed it, give it the thumbs up, please. And, of course, if you're new to the channel, like so many wonderful people have done tonight, please do subscribe. And, of course, hit that notification bell, which will let you know when we go live or we upload any videos. Next live show is tomorrow night, of course, the 12th of March. And that is the match review. So that should be a little bit spicy as well. But until then, enjoy the rest of the evening, folks. Take care.